Alright, for some reason on the Justin E. Hollywood channel, the video won't let me change it from private to public, because it wants to...
For some reason on the Justin E. Hollywood
video it won't let me change it from private to public, so we'll do it on this channel, and then in about 24 hours you'll see it on the other channel. I'd like to have it up on public, but it's not letting me change the fucking thing in the YouTube studio. Once again, YouTube and their worthless programming that never works. Because if it did work, I'd be able to change the video from private to public. Oh, no, I didn't mean to change that. Shit. Let's get Chuck Bronson off the screen. Now I lost that fucking picture. Alright. Little technical difficulties today. I'm gonna blow my cock in this video, and I'm gonna get extremely pissed off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get extremely pissed off in this video because of this cocksucker on the screen here. This cocksucker by the name of Louis Rossmann. Worthless cocksucker. Now are we fucking public on the other channel? There it is. About fucking time. Alright. We are going to get into why we're talking about this cocksucker and why I'm really, really, really pissed off with him. Now first, let's start with the basics, shall we? Let's start with who Louis is. Okay, let's talk about the good side of Louis before I slam the bad side of Louis, okay? Because I'm going to slam the bad side of Louis in a few seconds here. So Louis used to have a store in New York that worked on computers. One of the things he specialized was in Apple products, because Apple didn't want anybody working on their equipment, okay? Apple wanted you to buy an Apple product, have it break, and then throw the fucking thing out in the landfill. Because Apple wanted you to keep buying more and more and more of their shit, okay? So this guy fought Apple because he used to take people's broken Apple laptops and fix them. He used to take people's broken iPhones and fix them. He used to take people's broken hard drives and be able to do data recovery. Okay? That's the good side about Louis. Now, I've always respected Louis. I always thought Louis was a great guy until he got involved with something that he should have never put his cocksucker in. That's right. Until he got involved in something he should have never put his fucking cocksucker in. And now he's pissed me off. And I'm still deciding if I want to put a new hard drive in this computer. And if I did put a new hard drive in this computer, I was going to send this hard drive that's in this computer right now to Louis to recover all my data off of it. Well, I will be like Gallagher. I will take a sledgehammer and smash the fucking hard drive. And give it the sledge-o-matic treatment before I send it to this piece of shit. Now, I know some of you were expecting this to be a salty rant video because I kind of misspoke last night in last night's video. I said people like Louis Rossmann get me thrown out of my house. Okay, I mentioned Louis Rossmann in a fucking video last night, and then a couple seconds later I said, Louis, I'm coming after you. Not realizing, and I'm like, okay, the Salty Rant's probably thinking I'm coming after him again, but no, this is not, yeah, because they can be both considered Lou, okay, so I just want to clear up the miscommunication up there. So that's the good side of Louis, the one who used to want to pay, who wanted to fix people's shit and fought for right to repair. You know, he's helped create laws on rights to repair your own shit instead of just throwing out your electronics and filling up the landfills. I respect him for that, but what he's doing now. What this piece of trash is doing now, you know what he needs? He needs to be JFK'd. He needs to be Charlie Kirk, in my opinion. Oh, did I cross the line because I said that? He needs to be taken out and not to lunch because he's a scumbag for what he's doing now. A total scumbag. A worthless fucking piece of shit. And he's got that smile, he's got that look on his face, and I just want to knock it off of him. I just want to cave it right in. Because he's a worthless piece of shit. Now we're going to get into the reason why we're talking about him. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. Let's fucking do this. Actually, wait a minute. Before we get into the video, is this the right window? No, that's not the right window. That's not the right window either. I'm looking for a certain window, guys. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to figure this out. Okay, so it's that one we're looking for. It's actually number 1. Okay. All right. So I found the window that I was looking for. Like I said, I just want to smack that face right off his fucking head. Just want to smack that face right in. Just want to smack his face right in. So this is who we're talking about today. This worthless piece of shit right here. This worthless piece of shit right fucking here. And I have respect for this guy until what he's doing now. I had total respect for him until what he's doing now. But before we get into this asshole, let's get into my perspective of the video. And why I'm now getting involved in this mess. And why I'm sticking my nose in it because Louis stuck his nose in it. Now everybody's going to say, Emo, why are you having a voice in this thing? Well, because you see, Louis and all the scumbags out there who might be listening, I was born with a fucked up birth. I was born blue, okay? I was born with mental retardation, something I have no control over. But yet these maggot trolls exploit that. They exploit that. And just because I have a fucking mental condition and I don't act like a normal person does not mean that I deserve to come on the internet and be the victim of ableism. That's what it is. It's ableism at its finest. I came on YouTube to make friends. I came out because I don't have money like you falling out of my asshole, Louis. I live on the government dime. I wanted to come on YouTube, make friends, be able to be monetized, get off the government check, be able to sustain my own life without the government's help. That's what I wanted to do. And I have every fucking right to be on the internet. And just because I was born a retard, something God the cunt gave me. God is a cunt! He gave me this condition! And I have every goddamn cocksucking motherfucking right to be on the internet! What are these scumbags realizing or not? So you want to know the truth, Louis? When I came on YouTube, have you seen the end of the fucking movie, The Christmas Carol? Where Ebenezer Scrooge goes, "Hey boy, why don't you buy that turkey in the window and give it to this person? Oh, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas," and he's so happy and joyful. That was me when I came to YouTube. Now I'm the Ebenezer Scrooge before the three ghosts, because the fucking trolls did it to me! I told you I was gonna explode in this video. And not only did the faggot trolls do it to me, they destroyed every one of my friends and made me an outcast. Because they did what you're supporting right now, asshole! So now that I got into the discussion of why I'm pissed over this and getting your nose involved in it, Louis, and why you bitch motherfucker, and I like to give this to you! So he thinks it's okay for people to be able to screen record everybody's shit. So now I'm gonna screen record Louis's fucking shit and see how Louis likes it!
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. I've been going over this law on this channel for a while called Section 1201 of the DMCA. Section 1201 of the DMCA is the part that says if you break a digital lock to gain access to a protected work, that if you show people how to do that, you can get 3 to 5 years in federal prison. It's a really horrible law. It was designed to combat piracy, and now that everything that you own connects to the internet and has digital locks and DRM in it, it's no longer about this person's trying to, pirate the Matrix and sell copies of it to millions of people. It's about, I want to get the ads off my fucking fridge and my TV, and I'm not able to fix my tractor. This law has outlived its usefulness, and in my opinion, this law, dare I say it, never had any usefulness. I've started a nonprofit dedicated to trying rolling it back and try and reform it, and we've been doing quite a bit of work over the past year to do so. We've been working with lobbyists, we've been working with politicians, we've been working with lawmakers, and frankly, I'm very interested in trying to find a test case. We have been promoting this, how ridiculous this law is, through our bounty program. Our bounty program is where there are devices that have horrible, absurd cases of digital locks on them, and we will pay people to break them. And if they choose to share the solution, great. If they don't share the solution, then we have a great example of how this law is causing real and actual harm. Now, a case came across my desk recently that I'm very interested in. It deals with a First Amendment auditor and somebody who's very critical of First Amendment auditors. Now, you may wonder, Louis, what the fuck does any of that have to do with Section 12.1 of the DMCA? I didn't have any idea until I started reading the case. The TLDR of this, and I'll leave it to Leonard French if you want the full legal definition. He's way better at doing all that. I'm not going to read through every single element of the case. Leonard French is a lawyer. He's a copyright lawyer. He's going to do a better job of that than I ever could. I'm just going to give you the TLDR. You have a gentleman who runs a YouTube channel called Denver Metro Audits. He does First Amendment audits. First Amendment audits is this thing where you will have a camera and you'll walk up to the police or a public place or a public building or go into a library and you'll record and you'll see if you get in trouble. And the idea behind it is that I have a First Amendment right in the United States of America to film a public building. I have the right in the United States of America to film the police. And if you're not allowed to film the police, if you live someplace where the police can tell you, hey, you can't film us, stop that, that's illegal, that's tyranny. And I understand that. The First Amendment auditors may not always necessarily come across as nice and kind and caring, but they're there to try and check and make sure that your rights are intact. There are some people that go a little too far with it, that just are just doing this to fuck with people and get attention and, you know, create annoying scenarios for people that don't want to be recorded and be obnoxious about it. And that is where channels like the Frauditor channel comes in. Frauditor is a channel that is very highly critical.
Frauditor is a scumbag! He's a racist fucking scumbag!
Of a lot of the tactics used by many First Amendment auditors, and he does not pull any punches. Now, there are valid points to be made on each side. Again, I want to live in a country where I can record the police. If you can't record the police, if they have the ability to, you know, take out their baton or just start shooting you and you take out your phone and record them, that's pretty fucking bad. Simultaneously, there are a lot of First Amendment audit channels that I see where it looks like some shit resembling like FouseyTube circa 2015. It's a distasteful prank channel, and it's just fucking annoying.
We got Tyrant Hudson here from last time, the douchebag. This clown right here. Freaking clown right here, man. Let's follow him around.
Where you stand on this type of content doesn't really matter to me. What matters are the legal arguments being used to try and get somebody's video taken down. So Frauditor is criticizing First Amendment auditors very often. And to criticize them, he has to show their content on his channel. So he shows the content on his channel, and he gets a takedown claim from Denver Metro Audits. And they're going through the process. He filed a DMCA claim. Frauditor responds to it. They're going through the process. And he says this is fair use. Denver Metro Audits says no, it isn't. And then when Frauditor gets his videos reinstated, they mostly got reinstated, Denver Metro Audits says, no, that's not good enough. I'm going to sue you. But he doesn't just sue based on fair use. That's not good enough. He sues based on fair use and Section 12.1 of the DMCA. Now, where does the law about breaking digital locks have to come in to a YouTube copyright dispute amongst two people who disagree on politics? Well, in order to show the video on screen, Denver Metro Audits is alleging that Frauditor had to download it. And the process of downloading a YouTube video, you may notice on this video, there's no download button. And even if you do have a download button because you pay for premium, it's not a real download button. It's this bullshit download button where it only works within the YouTube app and this, that. It's not giving you an MP4 or an MKV file that you can do whatever you want with. It's there to control access to the work. Now, there are programs like YTDLP, YouTube Downloader, that are great. This is a lovely program. It decrypts the URL stream and allows you to download a real copy of the video, which I support. I have no problem with people downloading copies of my videos. If YouTube goes away, I don't want the entire fucking collection of everything I've created to be gone. There are some creators on this platform where, like, again, if YouTube, there are videos that have really, really helped me. So if YouTube goes away, I don't want that content to just disappear into the ether because of this law. So YouTube Downloader exists, but because of Section 12.1 of the DMCA, because it is breaking a digital lock, you have to understand that program that you love, that even if you don't use it, many of the programs you use to download YouTube videos are using it, is technically breaking that law, which means the people making that program could be subject to 3 to 5 years in federal prison if they're doing it in the United States. So after Frauditor's videos get reinstated, he decides, okay, I need a better argument than just that he's not doing fair use argument. And when he sues him, now he starts trying to make the Section 12.1 argument. Claim 4, circumvention of technological protection measures. Mr. Cordova asserts a claim for unlawful circumvention of technological measures in violation of Section 12.1. Defendants argue that the claim should be dismissed on 2 grounds: lack of standing and failure to adequately allege defendants circumvented any technological measure. Section 12.1 prohibits the circumvention of any technological measure that effectively controls access to a protected work. To state a claim for violation of Section 12.1, a plaintiff must plausibly allege that the work at issue was protected under the Copyright Act. The copyrighted work was protected by a technological measure, and the technological measure was circumvented in order to gain access to the copyrighted work. The court first considers defendants' arguments that Mr. Cordova lacks statutory standing to bring a Section 12.1 claim. This lacks merit because they say that Section 12.1 affects anybody that's been injured by this, and Mr. Cordova alleges injury based on defendant's alleged circumvention of technological measures. The court next considers whether Mr. Cordova has adequately pled a claim for violation of Section 12.1. Defendants argue that FAC does not plausibly allege that the videos were protected by a technological measure when published on Mr. Cordova's YouTube channel, or the defendant circumvented any such measure in order to obtain access to the videos. Now, technically, these were protected at the time because you can't download, like, YouTube does this every single video. Every single video uploaded to YouTube. It's not like they make one where it's like, okay, this one will work with even old versions of YouTube Downloader. It's not like that. Google, YouTube, and YouTube Downloader are in constant fights with one another. So Google will fix it so that YouTube Downloader doesn't work, YouTube Downloader will reverse engineer what Google did and make the program work again. Every single video on YouTube is protected by this technological protection measure. I'm not saying I'm defending it. I'm just saying that that's the case. The DMCA defines a technological measure that effectively controls access to a work as a measure in the ordinary course of its operation requires the application of information or process of a treatment with the authority of the copyright owner to gain access to the work. According to the FAC, YouTube automatically applies technological measures to publishing videos that control access to and prevent unauthorized copying or downloading of Mr. Cordova's videos. The FAC alleges that YouTube's technological measures include rolling cipher technology, which is software designed to prevent unauthorized downloading of videos. This technology encrypts and dynamically alters the video stream's URL signatures to prevent unauthorized downloads. Citing MDY Industries, defendants argue that Mr. Cordova's claim fails and YouTube's technological measures do not effectively control access because Mr. Cordova's videos are publicly available on YouTube. Defendants misread MDY Industries. As the Ninth Circuit explained in that decision, the statutory definition of the phrase effectively control access to a work does not require that an access control measure be strong or circumvention proof. Rather, it requires an access control measure provides some degree of control over access to a copyrighted work. Mr. Cordova has adequately pled that YouTube applies technological measures, including rolling cipher technology, designed to prevent unauthorized downloading the videos published on its platform that effectively control access to his videos for purposes of Section 1201. Whether the videos may be viewed by the public is immaterial. The FAC refers to technological measures intended to prevent unauthorized downloading of the video. And Denver Metro Audits is technically correct over there. That technology prevents you from being able to download. And the problem is not YouTube preventing you from downloading videos. The problem is that if somebody comes up with something that reverse engineers YouTube's method and just grabs the video, that is punishable by 3 to 5 years in federal prison. What the people at YouTube Downloader did is math. This law makes math illegal. The math for DCSS, for you to be able to get around the encryption in a DVD, is something that, like, you could put this on a t-shirt. It's insane, the idea that this is illegal. And at some point, I believe the EFF, I think 20, 21 years ago, actually did make a t-shirt, something along the lines of this shirt is illegal because it included a math equation on it. According to the FAC, defendants circumvented YouTube's technological measures by using software applications, ripping utilities, or browser extensions specifically designed to bypass YouTube's technological measures. Mr. Cordova alleges that defendants' tools retrieve and decrypt the obfuscating URLs, and they just kind of go back and forth on this matter. Now, here's the thing that gets me. Firstly, this is aside from the Section 12.1 part. Firstly, if you are a First Amendment auditor, you care about free speech, again, to the point where you are showing up to you are showing up to libraries and recording people doing shit like this.
We got Tyrant Hudson here from last time, the douchebag. This clown right here, freaking clown right here, man. Let's follow him around. Look at all these kids around here, and he's saying effing and acting like this.
Because you're recording around children, and that's totally against everything I'm a believer. You know what?
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here! Go!
Chad, calm down.
No, that person who worked at the library should have been fucking fired, Louis! Should have been fucking fired!
Wow. I don't believe we weren't filming kids. We weren't filming kids. Look, he's acting up again.
When you believe in the First Amendment to that extent, and like this is your content, it's really hard for me to square the circle of you also being the guy that's like, that person re-uploaded my video and he was not nice to me. He used 40% of my content and criticized me. That's like, really? Like, this is a video on my channel. If you're gonna be the bitch, be the whole bitch. If you are that into the First Amendment that your entire channel is nothing but First Amendment audits, yet somebody re-uploads a portion of your video to their channel and is critical of you, and you're like, oh God, let's take that down. Like, that's bitch shit. That's bitch shit. You filed your claim with YouTube. After filing your claim with YouTube, YouTube determined that the video was fair use. Which, by the way, YouTube never fucking does. YouTube almost always agrees with the person filing the strike. But you lost a YouTube strike. After you lost it on the merit, now you're going to try and also, again, be like a weaselly little bitch with it, and then try to say, oh, well, you had my video on screen. Well, how'd you get my video on screen? Huh? Well, you must have broken the DRM. So I'm going to get you for breaking the DRM. Like, no. No, that's not how that works. Because there's other people on YouTube that have used videos from this channel. How many fucking people have you sued for that? How many? How many people, Denver Metro Audits, that have used a piece of your fucking video on YouTube have you sued because they used YouTube Downloader or screen capture software to show your video on their channel? You didn't. This is a fair use or copyright issue. This is a censorship issue that is being disguised as a DRM issue. You're trying to use a law that criminalizes the process of breaking a digital lock on what you bought and fucking paid for to get content taken down that you don't like. And that's where I draw the line. I started my nonprofit last year to reform this bullshit law. This law is not about your petty fucking grievance. This law is not even about piracy. This law is about the fundamental question of, do you own what you bought and paid for in a world where a fucking baby monitor can get turned into a subscription? This law is an abomination and a stain on our country. I want to see it reformed. We've started a nonprofit with the intention of reforming. We have a bounty program where we go over different devices that have been disabled by the manufacturer that we are paying people to break open and make work again so we can demonstrate just how much damage this law does. We have a wiki with thousands of articles going over this. I have a staff of half a dozen people quickly expanding that are going to be working on this. Lobbyists, we work with lawmakers, and we will win. But something I'm also looking for is a test case. You see, there's a legislative route, there's the cultural route, but there's also the judicial route. To show that piece of your video, I used YTDLP. Would you like to sue me? I would love to test this case in court. Unfortunately, nobody has sued me yet. I would love to get a frivolous lawsuit. You have no idea. There are 3 types of people in this world. There are the people that go, no, please, I'll do whatever you say. I don't want to get in legal trouble. I'm afraid of getting fired. I don't want to get a legal letter. Oh, no. There are the people that go, yeah, you know what, I'll defend myself. And then there's people like me. The people that get into fights, they don't even care if their nose gets broken just because they enjoy the taste of their own blood. Which type of person do you think I am? Fuck around and find out. I'm not sure if my nonprofit is going to be able to extend help in this particular case. It's almost midnight, and I haven't had time to consult with everybody else. I'd like to make sure he's making the right arguments. And I sure as fuck don't want to see him give up because he runs out of money for a lawyer. That's for sure. If this case is won in Denver Metro Audits' favor, Section 12.1 of the DMCA will be able to be used in every single censorship or takedown case you see on YouTube when people disagree with one another. This is so fucking petty and stupid. If he had simply had a monitor up, right? Like if he had just put the monitor up with Denver Metro Audit's video and zoomed his camera in on it, had the microphone up to the speaker, that would not have been breaking a technological measure. He could have done that. And then that part of the claim would have been gone. And we know that Denver Metro Audit's issue is not with the fact that he used YouTube DLP. It's with the fact that he was criticized by somebody. Let's be real here. Because he would have gotten the same fucking point across. If you look at Frauditor Troll's channel, it's like 67,000 subscribers criticizing First Amendment audit. It's not like he makes his money off of selling bootleg copies of Blu-rays where people are only going to pay if it's perfect quality. He could have very easily criticized you by just having his camera filming his laptop. If you want to sue somebody for doing that, sue me. I'm admitting to doing it in this video, which is a defense that can't be made for Frauditor Troll. I am not afraid of legal battles. I am not afraid of confrontation, and I am not afraid of getting my hands dirty. I would enjoy every second I spent on that case, because not investing in that right now is giving up freedom of speech into the future for every single person on YouTube. Because even if something technically is fair use, even if YouTube's own system, which is almost always in favor of the person filing the strike, says that your video can stay up, somebody just filed a claim saying, oh, Section 1201, when we know that that wasn't even the problem to begin with. If you are a large content creator on YouTube, if you're a small content creator on YouTube, and you've ever included somebody else's video within your video, this is very important to you, and I hope that you cover it. There are many people on this channel that have many millions more subscribers than I do that will do videos where they'll show a piece of somebody else's video, and you'll think, well, that's fair use. I didn't do anything wrong, right? Well, even if you didn't do anything wrong via fair use, if you used a downloading program or a screen capture program to obtain a copy of that video to put it into your video editor, you have broken a law that is punishable by 3 to 5 years in federal prison. There are many people on this platform, I know many of you exist that have much larger reaches than I do, that do videos regularly where you comment on other people's videos. There are hundreds of you. And if this affects you too, it is not just about some 60,000 subscriber YouTube channel. Because when the judge rules in this case, if Denver Metro Audits continues to push forward with this case rather than drop it, they will be setting a precedent that has not been set before, that Section 1201 can be used to limit free speech and fair use on this entire fucking platform. That is a dangerous precedent to have set. We need as many people as possible on this platform to band together against this bull.
We need that precedent set, Louis, because like I said, I came on here as a respectable human being, and these trolls destroyed my reputation. I hope Denver Metro Audits fucking wins. You know why I hope Denver Metro Audits wins? Because once it does set precedent, I can sue all my faggot trolls, okay? That destroyed my reputation for no good fucking reason. Just because they didn't like me and I was born with mental retardation that God the cunt gave me. You're wrong, Louis. You're a piece of shit, Louis. You're a scumbag, Louis.
Bullshit. This judge actually rules in favor of Denver Metro Audits. We are off. I don't usually bother my audience to do this to people. Get other people to talk about that.
No, if Denver Metro Audits wins, that means all my trolls are fucked, because the lawsuits will start. Andrew Brain will get sued. Degradation Nation will get sued. Masshole Report in Massachusetts, Kate Cunt Peters will get sued. Shiva will get fucking sued. Dragonite will get sued. This is why I want Denver Metro Audits to win this. Because then I get to annihilate my trolls. Yeah! Who annihilated me. For no good reason, Louis. For no fucking reason!
Everybody on YouTube that makes content where they've ever been critical of somebody else's content needs to be made aware of just how fucked they could be if this case finishes in Denver Metro Audits' favor. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll be following up on this case. I'll be watching very closely. And I'll be looking into what our nonprofit can do to help. Frauditor, you are no longer alone. Denver Metro Audits, you have made a big fucking mistake. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video.
No, bye. Louis, you made a big fucking mistake. Louis, you're a scumbag! You made a big mistake, you faggot!
Hey everybody, how's it going? My apologies for talking as fast as I am. I had a scoop of dimetized protein powder that has Dunkin' Donuts, which has caffeine in it, and I should never be allowed to have caffeine. If I have a quarter of a cup of coffee and don't finish the rest of it, I will be running fiberglass fish wire through my wall at 5 in the morning trying to get Cat 6 wire going.
Nobody cares about how wired you get with caffeine, you worthless fucking faggot. Let's continue. Come on, Louis!
alongside my electrical wiring to my fish pond. I can't handle caffeine. My brain just explodes. I should never be given a stimulant. Caffeine is a horrible
What brain? You don't have a brain!
drug. Coffee is a horrible drug, but I made mistakes. So my apologies to paying for that. I wanted to revisit what I was talking about in the last video, where I strongly disagreed with a lawsuit that Denver Metro Audits was bringing against frauditors. The reason that I disagree with this at its core fundamentally is because when we're talking about a fair use claim versus a Section 1201 of the DMCA claim, we're talking about a difference between I disagree with what you did and I think that should be illegal versus the tool that was used, regardless of whether it is being used for positive reasons or negative reasons, itself should be illegal. When we are bringing a Section 1201 claim against somebody, we're not saying, hey, you should have not used that gun in that way. You shouldn't have shot your neighbor. What you're doing is you're telling Glock it is criminal that you have created a gun and that you have shown people how to create a gun, even if you've not created a gun yourself. That is the problem that I have with this type of lawsuit. I did not read through the fair use section of it. I did not review the clips that were used to see how much of it was fair use or not fair use, because this is not a fair use YouTube channel. I go over ownership and Section 1201 of the DMCA, and I can show you some of the ways that this law has been used, misused, and abused in the past. It has been used to criminalize somebody allowing you to use your ebooks with other ebook readers. FBI agents have arrested a Russian programmer for giving away software that removes the restrictions on encrypted Adobe Acrobat files. So this, again, regardless of whether you have purchased those books or whether you pirated them, it doesn't matter. Simply creating the tool is the crime in and of itself. Chamberlain Group versus Skyline Technologies. We're talking about a company that luckily won, but a company that was taken to court based on them making a universal garage door opener. We're talking about Spotify Revans. This was a tool that allows you to not run the lines of code that play an ad or that don't allow you to skip something in Spotify. This is something that not just the person using it has done something wrong, the person who has created it has committed a criminal act in the United States of America under this law. Lexmark versus Statical Components. You're making aftermarket ink cartridges that work in a printer. That is something that this law makes a criminal activity. Xbox modder could spend 3 years in prison. Somebody allowing you to run homebrew software on your Xbox, regardless of whether it has been used for piracy. If you're simply using that software just so that you could watch a DVD movie and have a different theme or something on your Xbox, this in and of itself is a criminal activity. The judge even thought this was ridiculous. And I quote from 16 years ago, "I really don't understand what we're doing here." U.S. District Judge Philip Gutierrez wrote from the bench. Gutierrez slammed the prosecution over everything from alleged unlawful behavior by government witnesses to proposed jury instructions harmful to the defense, and the judge spent about a good 30 minutes just saying how much he thought this entire case was completely fucking ridiculous. When you invoke Section 1201 of the DMCA, you are not simply saying, I disagree with how that person used my videos. What you're saying is that the underlying tool and infrastructure that he used to use my video should be illegal. YouTube DLP, YT under Section 1201 of the DMCA is illegal. Now, I'll hear a lot of people saying, I don't like that person, I don't like fraud or troll, I like Denver Metro Audits or vice versa, and I'm not here to get into the character of either of these individuals. If I was, I'd be criticizing posts like this that I see where the Denver Metro Audits is making fun of what the girlfriend of the person he's suing looks like. I'm not interested in any of that. I've been interested in Section 1201 of the DMCA and digital ownership long before I ever knew what these two channels were. But let's just take a listen to his lawyer so that you can understand why I wasn't going over the fair use provisions and I was spending a lot more time talking about Section 1201 of the DMCA. I'm going to play you a clip that is from the person who is filing this lawsuit and doing the work on behalf of Denver Metro Audits, and you can tell me what you think.
What does Randy get if he wins? Well, apparently he gets clout in the auditing community because everybody's going to be rushing to hire him and sue the shit out of everybody. That's what he's hoping for. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yes, that is right.
Okay, well.
And if we win.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. If Denver Metro Audits wins, I'm going to come after you, Andrew. I'm coming after Louis Rossmann. I'm coming after Tayson Man. I can't say the first part of the word. I'm coming after him. I'm coming after fucking degradation, degeneration nation. I'm coming after the four assholes of false perspective. I'm coming after the drunken peasants. I'm coming after the young Turks. I'm coming after Sheba. I'm coming after the fucking Masshole Report. I'm coming after we the people faggot words. Yeah! I hope this gets approved because then we can annihilate the fucking trolls who are making fun of the handicapped and the mentally insane! Yeah!
Hire him and sue the shit out of everybody. That's what he's hoping for. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yes, that is right.
Okay, well.
And if we win, your little buddy fraud really screwed all of you, because then I get to sue everyone for using ripping software.
Ripping software.
Even without regard to fair use. If you have videos on your channel that are from someone else, beware.
Even without regard to fair use. And you can tell that he even put his mouth closer to the microphone to say that in a more ominous way. Now, regardless of whether it is his intention to use the law that way, the mere fact that the law could be used in that way is the problem and why my nonprofit exists to try and reform this piece of shit law to begin with. What did he say? Regardless of fair use, if you are using that ripping software, we can get your channel in trouble. Let me show you what Denver Metro Audits has to say about this himself so I can better explain why it is Section 1201 is so dangerous.
If you're not saying the message that I'm saying, I'm not giving you permission, right? So there are certain people that I can get permission, certain people that I'm not going to get permission. So for me, it's about taking my video and turning it around to a complete opposite message that I want it to be, right? Like Star Wars, they have a very specific message they want it to be. If you take their video and republish it and change it into something completely opposite that they intended it to be, they're going to sue you.
This is a fair use argument back and forth. Did I give you permission to use my copyrighted content, or did I not give you permission to use my copyrighted content? If I did, maybe we don't have a problem. If I didn't, and you're trying to turn the message around, maybe we do have a problem, and he's going to sue you. All that stuff can get adjudicated in a court, adjudicated through the YouTube system. That is a fair use and a copyright claim. The reason that Section 1201 is a problem is because none of this matters if you support Section 1201. YTDLP, YouTube DLP, that program, as it is, if that was designed by people in the United States, and Google really wanted to push it, the people who made that program can be subject to 3 to 5 years in federal prison, whether they are using it to download your videos with your permission or not. When you support Section 1201, you support criminalizing the tool, not the action. Let's say that I downloaded his video, and let's say I said, I love all your content, I love what you're doing, I want to repeat your message, I'll give you 100% of the monetization for my video, and he said yes. Section 1201 still criminalizes the action of that tool being available to begin with. The people that made that tool can still be sent to federal prison in spite of the fact that he gave me permission to use his video. That is the difference between a fair use and copyright claim and a Section 1201 of the DMCA claim. A Section 1201 of the DMCA claim fundamentally criminalizes the tool, not how you use it. It criminalizes Glock for making the gun rather than me for shooting my neighbor. That takes me to the part of this video that is one of the most important. Was I using YouTube downloader for this, or was I using screen capture software? How do you know? I'm playing his video, and his video is full screen. Did I download that video from YouTube to do that, or did I use a screen capture software? I was using screen capture software because you can see if I hit escape over here, if I move this around.
So it's about taking my...
Yeah, as you can see, this is not a video that I downloaded, ripped a copy of. I'm using my screen.
Oh, and just to be fair about it, asshole, I'm using XSplit. Okay? Yeah. Because see this right here, motherfucker? See this right here? This is my XSplit. Alright, am I back? Okay. Yeah, pull the camera out of the fucking computer plug. See that right there? See these? I don't know if you guys can see that, but see that desktop one. That's how I'm doing it with Louis. Okay, I'm using XSplit. Split. See it? XSplit Broadcaster. That's what I use. And here's Louis's video right here, and I'll prove it to you. I'm using the screen capping of fucking XSplit, because if I hit this dot over here, Louis goes away. See? So yeah, I'm screen capping your shit too, Louis. See? All right. No, actually, I may hit the wrong screen. This one. See, there's Louis going off and on. So yeah, right there, asshole. This is what I'm using to steal your videos, Louis. Because you think it's okay, Louis. You think it's okay? Uh-huh. And there's a YouTube bar on your fucking video, Louis. So I'm using screen capping software. Same way you're doing it, buddy. Only I use XSplit. I don't use OBS. I can't stand OBS. OBS I've always thought was a piece of shit software. But we'll get into it at another time when I digress.
Capture software to capture my web browser, and that's what you're looking at here. That's also how I'm going to show you these articles on screen that I'm showing you. Now, OBS Studio is a program that has the ability to do that. But OBS Studio is also a program that many people use just to capture their HDMI inputs and simply capture what's on the screen of their computer. Under Section 1201, if somebody wants to say, listen, you're breaking a digital lock, you're not supposed to be able to get access to YouTube videos, and you're getting access to YouTube videos. It's literally just capturing what's on my screen. There is no way for you to tell whether I use screen capture software or whether I use YouTube DLP unless I tell you. So if you're able to bring a 1201 claim simply for having somebody else's video on your screen, you are essentially criminalizing the activity of using screen capture software. And there are many examples out there of basic repair tools that violate Section 1201 of the DMCA, where the people making those repair tools are available in other countries. Many farmers across the United States were using Ukrainian crack software in order to fix their John Deere tractors that they paid over $500,000 for, because in the United States, if they made those repair tools, they would be considered criminals. Not just the people fixing the tractor, the people that were actually making the tools themselves. I do not want to live in a world with a framework where if somebody dislikes me, they have the ability to say that not only have I done something illegal, but that the people who have made OBS Studio have done something illegal. And that's the road that we start to go down when we start using 1201 claims on people that we can't even prove use YouTube Downloader. I'm not even saying I have a problem with YouTube Downloader. I don't think that program should be illegal. YTDLP can be used to download a video from someone that I don't have permission to download it from. It can also be used by someone who just wants to download a public broadcast of a politician giving a speech. Whether or not you have broken a law using YTDLP is up to the individual using it, not up to the programmers. But under Section 1201, the simple creating of a tool that somebody could potentially do something wrong with is itself criminalized, which is why I push back against this as much as I do. I don't care if you like fraud or troll. I don't care if you like Denver Metro audits. I don't care about whether you love First Amendment auditing or you think it's a meme and just a bunch of pranks. None of that has anything to do with the core of this case. This is why the fair use aspect of the case is not interesting to me, because as the lawyer said in his own words, he could use this to go after people regardless of the fair use. He even put his mouth closer to the microphone like a cartoon villain when talking about it. Ask how much money he's charging his client to take this case right now. If this precedent is set, there is so much shit. There are so many useless, worthless lawsuits that could occur that could harm so many people. This law has been used.
Not useless lawsuits that can occur, justified lawsuits that can that should happen. Because you know what my trolls did, Louis? You want to talk about some of the shit my trolls did? One of my trolls said it would be a good idea to put me in a Ku Klux Klan uniform. You okay with a troll putting me in a Ku Klux Klan uniform? I was supposed to be okay with that. I got trolls calling me a scammer. I got trolls calling me what Chris Hansen goes after. A blankophile. And you think that's okay? That they can take my videos and twist what I say to make me look like a fucking jackass on YouTube and make me lose all of my fucking friends? Let me ask you this, Louis. Let me ask you this, you worthless piece of shit. How would you like me to go to truthfinder.com and find another Louis Rossmann that's approximately your age? The difference is, you, Louis, you don't have a criminal record. But I go looking on Truth Finder, and I find another Louis Rossmann that's about your age. And then I come on YouTube and I go, we're exposing Emo's criminal record when they had the wrong fucking record. Yeah, they did that shit to me, asshole. A cunt by the name of Mary Jane Rottencrotch got a similar profile that kind of matched my name. That was 10 years older than me, and she went out and put it as my fucking record, which was totally false, and cost me to lose subscribers, and cost me to lose fucking friends, and you're okay with this shit? And then let's talk about Shiva. Let's bring Shiva up. Because you want to talk about YouTube's copyright system. Right? You know what that faggot did to me, Shiva? He stole one of my videos, Louis. I put a copyright strike on him, Louis. But what do you have to do when you put a copyright strike on somebody? You gotta give YouTube your docs. So by putting a strike on Shiva, guess what it did? It gave my faggot trolls my docs on the Silver Platter. Do you know what Shiva did in return? He filed a counter copyright claim. And YouTube put his video back up. And then said, if I want to file a lawsuit against Shiva in the courthouse, I could. And if I sent YouTube proof of a copyright lawsuit against Shiva, they would take his video down until the end of the fucking court case. But what did Shiva the maggot do? He gave me an address for an abandoned warehouse down the street from where that cunt Kay Peters lived on Avery Street in Attleboro, Massachusetts. That's the address the fucking faggot gave me! How am I supposed to sue a fucking warehouse? He lied on the application! Because it says whatever you put in that copyright claim is supposed to be your 100% correct information, and Sheila, the faggot, lied and put a fucking warehouse as the address! That's what the piece of shit did!
To sue people making aftermarket ink. It has been used to sue people who made homebrew software for your Xbox. It has been used to raid people who created software that lets you view an ebook on a different device. It is why this is a garbage law. It is because it not only criminalizes the action of the individual, it criminalizes the creator of the tool itself, regardless of how many legal and legit reasons for existing that tool may have. That is insane. We do not criminalize the creation of a knife because somebody may stab with it, and we should not criminalize the creation of a tool that can break a digital lock or perform decryption because somebody may do something you don't like. If this claim were simply a fair use claim, without invoking Section 1201 of the DMCA, I would have no problem with it. By all means, proceed and do what you want to do in court. These videos are not about whether I like one of these channels or the other, whether I watch their content, whether I care about them. This video is about the very fact that a screen recording piece of software that may be able to allow me to download a public broadcast from YouTube of a politician speaking, if the people who program it should be put in federal prison simply because it can also be used to grab somebody else's copyrighted work. This is an overreaching law that doesn't just criminalize behavior, it criminalizes the very tool that can make that behavior possible, regardless of the other potential uses.
It's not an overreaching law. Because Google caters to the faggot troll. They don't cater to the decent individual like me. They cater to the faggot troll! And I'm tired of it! I want to see Metro Denver Audits win, because then it will annihilate the drama community on YouTube that shouldn't even be here to begin with.
Of that tool. That this law has persisted for 28 years is a travesty. And anytime I see this law being invoked, whether it's repair of medical devices, repair of vehicles, or being invoked on a piece of screen capturing software, I will be against it. And I do not care how unlikable any of the people in the case are. It is irrelevant to the facts of the case. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
Now you ready what started me getting angry? Those two videos I saw. And I was kinda angry. But this video right here, this is the one that takes the cake. And I haven't seen it yet. But when I saw this pop up in my subscription feed, I got very fucking angry. And I haven't watched this one yet. So we're going to watch it together. So after that happened with the warehouse in Massachusetts, I decided I would never copyright strike another channel on YouTube. Because all that does, it gives your docs to the faggot troll. And then the faggot troll can counter with a fake address. Shiva should have lost his Google account for putting a fake email address and a fake address on that paper. Shiva should have been banned from YouTube. So that's why I won't file another copyright claim again, because it gives the faggot trolls my docs on the silver platter. And then they can lie and say where they are. Yeah. So now we're going to get to the part that really pissed me off. Look what Louis the scumbag is doing now. Get him to spot. This is playing dirty, Louis.
Today,
This makes you a scumbag, Louis.
Focus on the conduct of his attorney.
This
And I want you to
is what I call being a complete scumbag. So now, what Louis wants to do, because he doesn't like Denver Metro Audit, he's trying to get his attorney disbarred. He's trying to ruin the career of an attorney that did nothing to him. That's a low faggot move. That's a ruthless faggot move.
of the way this man treats people, and then think about whether or not you think it is a good idea that Section 1201 of the DMCA be used in this way. One of my findings throughout life is that when you have abusive laws, you have abusive rules in place, it tends to be the biggest pieces of shit that have the worst possible behavior that ends up being the people that use this as an excuse to bully other people. And I'm finding that to be the case the more I look into this. Many people have suggested that I look into the personalities involved, and I don't think that they meant me looking into the lawyer. I think they meant me looking into Denver Metro Audits, who's doing the lawsuit, or the defendant, fraud or troll. But I'm really interested in the lawyer. And the reason I'm interested in the lawyer is because it is the lawyer that has power. What can a YouTuber at the end of the day do to you that has a couple of thousand views per video? Not much. What a lawyer can do is massively fuck up your life. There are people that have tried to sue me because they didn't like what I had to say. And when you're dealing with a lawyer, as the person who is dealing with Deep Cycle Systems batteries can tell you, or anybody else in this channel I've discussed their lawsuits, it's very easy to get caught up spending $40,000 to $150,000 to defend yourself. And even if you win, you then have to countersue for damages. You have to collect. It is a painful process. And many people simply do not have the $400 to $1,200 an hour to pay for an attorney to fight a frivolous lawsuit. So if an attorney is acting in bad faith, they can just say, I'm going to file lawsuits against people that I know don't have the money to defend themselves and bully them. You can essentially get them to either submit, or I'm just going to force you to court. I see this to be a very distasteful thing to do. So the first thing I need to say before I get into anything else in this video is that I do not disrespect the concept of First Amendment auditing. I think it's a very important thing to do. I have been kicked out of legislative hearings before when I show up with my camera to record these right to repair hearings and to show you what lobbyists say because I don't have a press pass. I've done many videos in this channel where I show up to legislatures with my camera, I talk to the senators, the assemblymen, the representatives, and I tell them why right to repair is important, and I also try to debunk the lobbyist bullshit. The lobbyists will say things like, Louis is going to install TikTok on your phone and it's going to spy on you and it's the manufacturer that's been installing TikTok to begin with that you represent, or they say that micrometers and microwaves will explode when micrometer is not even a part that's in a microwave. And they'll say that I need a press pass in order to record. Somebody from my audience actually made me a press pass just in case that happens again 6 years ago. Shout out to whoever made this. Or there will be lobbyists that will say that I harassed them or that I violated their privacy by showing up to a public legislative hearing with my camera in a government building and recording what they said at the public hearing. That's not harassment. That's not an invasion of privacy. There's no expectation of privacy in a public legislative hearing. You just don't like the fact that I recorded you lying and hundreds of thousands of people are now going to see it that you're not used to having listened to your BS or call you on it. So First Amendment auditing is very important. But unfortunately, with everything in life, there are bad apples that get into everything. So I was going over this lawsuit in a recent video that I did where Denver Metro Audits sued Fraud or Troll, and he was saying, listen, the way you use my video is not fair use. So Fraud or Troll uploaded a video that included a lot of Denver Metro Audits' content in it, and he made remarks and criticism on that video. Denver Metro Audits filed a strike on that video saying this is not fair use. You use way too much of my content. Fraud or Troll defended himself, counter-claimed, and actually won. I want you to think about this for a moment. YouTube is a platform where it constantly, willy-nilly gets it wrong and always enforces the strike, even when it's incorrect. And here, a channel that's 1/3 or 1/5 the size of the channel making the strike, that is much less authoritative, actually won. I want you to think about this for a moment. It's kind of like if Tim Cook walked up to me and said, by the way, Louis, we're going to come out with a new MacBook in a few months. Here's all the schematics and a USB for it. This is a cold day in hell. This type of thing just doesn't happen. So they filed a lawsuit saying that this is not fair use. The infringing video does not qualify as a protected fair use. It consists predominantly of the plaintiff's copyrighted content or played in long unscripted sequences. Defendant's minimal additions, less than 4 minutes of sarcastic narration, do not meaningfully critique the registered video or transform its message. If this was just a fair use complaint, I would not compare. I might think of it as a little bit petty, but it wouldn't be something that rises to me doing a video or really caring about it. This is just like a petty squabble or dispute. The reason that this bothers me is because they added something to this. Now, I'm guessing that when they saw, wow, even YouTube thinks this is fair use, we're going to have to do something before we can actually sue this guy, is they added a Section 1201 section to it. Section 1201 of the DMCA is a law that says it is illegal to break a digital lock. It is a law that I've been against for a long period of time. This law has a lot of horrible consequences. It has been used to have the FBI arrest or raid people that make a piece of software that removes DRM from an ebook, so you can use it in a different ebook reader. This law has resulted in a company that makes garage door openers getting caught up in it. This law has resulted in companies that make aftermarket ink cartridges getting in trouble. There are some printer companies that think that you should have to buy ink from them. And as Cory Doctorow says, when you look at oil, insulin, anything else, color printer ink in the United States is literally the most expensive liquid that you can get by the gallon. Many printer companies think that you should only be able to buy the ink from them, and they'll put these technological protection measures into their printers. And this law is so poorly written that they were actually able to bring suit against companies making aftermarket ink cartridges. It has also been brought against somebody who was making homebrew Xbox software. And the judge thought this was so ridiculous. They said, I don't really even understand what we're doing here. They slammed everything that they did. This law is why farmers can't fix their own tractors. This law is also been used for programs that you may use. It is why YouTube revamps and Spotify revamps are illegal. It is why YouTube Downloader is illegal, and the people who made YouTube Downloader can be in federal prison for up to 3 to 5 years. This is a very unique law because the law does not criminalize the behavior or the conduct, it criminalizes the tool. So to give the best analogy I can give here from a Second Amendment point of view, instead of criminalizing the action of shooting my neighbor, they're criminalizing the action of having a gun, but not just necessarily having a gun, making a gun, or even showing somebody how to do that. So California is not known as a very pro-Second Amendment state, but imagine if the CEO of Block walked through San Francisco and was arrested simply because he has facilitated the creation of a gun somewhere else. That is what Section 1201 of the DMCA does to technology. It is a horrible, horrible law because even if I were to use the YouTube Downloader to download a State of the Union address that was recorded on a public news network, not just have I done something illegal, but the people who created the tool have done something illegal. Even if I never use that tool to break the law or pirate anything, this law criminalizes the tool rather than the action, which is why I find it to be insane. Let's say you have a developer of an exercise bike, and that exercise bike works with third-party software, and then they say, LOLJK, after you bought it, it's only going to work with our software, and by the way, our software has a cloud subscription fee. I believe that if you bought the product, that you own it, and you should be able to use that the way you did when you purchased the product, and that you should not be breaking the law to do it. So our nonprofit has been focused on getting people to bypass these technical protection measures and give people back access to what they bought and paid for. This gentleman found a solution, and he did not share a solution because he doesn't want to go to federal prison for 3 to 5 years. And I don't blame him. Now, one of the things that I brought up earlier is that when you have these types of horribly abusive laws, the people that gravitate to them tend to be the people that are, in my opinion, the biggest pieces of shit in society. When you have laws that allow you to abuse people, that give you power over others in this way, to take away their freedom in any way, shape, or form, that often winds up getting used in the worst possible way. So I decided to look a little bit into this attorney. I wanted to look at how he talks to people, how he conducts himself, and see if I was correct in making that assumption. And I listened to a little bit more of that stream where he's talking about fair use, and here's what I got.
If he wants to discuss it here on the panel, but that's
That's true. And what's the big deal about that?
Well, you talk a lot of shit from your mommy's basement. And it turns out you're like some fucking loser.
How does that make me a loser?
Well, you make it seem like you're some big fucking stud and you're a fucking loser, can't even afford a new wheelchair. True or not?
No, that's not true.
I have a good friend, Thomas Daniel Queer. He started a nonprofit called Mobility Independence Foundation. He wasn't able to afford a wheelchair either at one point in his life. It's really difficult to get a job when you can't go outside. It's hard to go outside when you don't have legs. It's hard to afford a wheelchair when you don't have a job. And more importantly, it's really difficult to get one when the state of New York is arguing with you for 3 to 4 years, telling you that you have legs when you don't. You have no fucking idea what people that live in wheelchairs go through. And you sit there as this fucking fancy-ass lawyer, bragging, talking down to people like this, laughing at people that have less money than you. You're my personal project now. I know you can feel that right through your suit. You had this little comment up earlier saying, look how informed Louis is. Then I made this post. I'm coming for you. Just like I came for another person that likes spending a lot of their time in Southeast Asia and bullying people. And you changed your post to this. Let's just establish that this never had anything to do with fair use.
What does Randy get if he wins? Well, apparently he gets clout in the auditing community because everybody's going to be rushing to hire him and sue the shit out of everybody. That's what he's hoping for. Isn't that right, Randy?
Sue the shit out of everybody. Sue the shit out of Sheba. Sue the shit out of Masshole Report. Sue the shit out of Andrew Faggoty Andy and the Dromedar. Ah, yeah. Maybe Baum would be able to get his property back in great state of Kentucky because he'll be able to sue Ernie Chrysler and take Ernie Chrysler out. And if Gary the Faggot Snowflake was still alive, I'd sue his fucking ass too, right along with Granby Lobster. Oh yeah, I hope Denver Metro on its wins, because if Denver Metro on its wins, I'm suing the entire fucking internet and Google. Yeah, and I'm gonna enjoy it all the way to the bank.
Yes, that is right.
Okay, well.
And if we win, your little buddy Prodigy really screwed all of you, because then I get to sue everyone for using ripping software.
Ripping software.
Even without regard to fair use. If you have videos on your channel that are from someone else, beware.
This is not about fair use. This has nothing to do with how much of somebody's YouTube video they used on their channel or whether it's fair use. When you invoke Section 12.1 of the DMCA, what you're saying is you had to break a technical protection measure in order to grab that video from YouTube, because YouTube has a technical protection measure, to then put it into your video editing software to put it inside your video. So even if what you did is 100% fair use, I still have standing and the ability to sue you. Beware. And he goes out of his way to sound like a cartoon villain that he is and put his mouth closer to the microphone to sound more ominous, and then says, beware. So is it safe to say at this point that this guy does not care about fair use, and that this is more about having the ability to willy-nilly take videos down from other people's channels and extort those channels if he sees fit to? I'm just going to put that on the table for a moment, that this is no longer about fair use. And I'm not going to use the words fair use anymore, because that's not what any of this is about. It's about establishing a precedent that allows you to go after YouTube channels that have ever had React content in their videos. Let's continue on here to my second assertion that I'm going to make. I'm going to make the assertion that on average, people that are the type of people that are going to sue you because you used too much of their video in your video are the type of people that are more pedantic. They're the type of people that follow the letter of the law more closely. And I'm not going to be mad at you for following the letter of the law more closely, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold you to the standard that you're trying to hold other people to. Because that's something that I learned in the video that I did on BWE. He's another guy that likes to travel Southeast Asia. It's important that I not hold people to my standard, but rather I hold them to the standard they held other people to. He was saying that he was not the person that I was accusing him of, and I am a privacy advocate, so I never asked him for his ID. But after he accused me numerous times of lying, I asked for his fucking ID. He never showed it. You are holding people to the exact letter of the law when it comes to fair use. We are suing you because you use too much of this content in this video. I'm going to start holding you to the standard that you're holding others to. Let's see how you like it. I'm going to establish who this person is, and as I'm going through this entire process, there's 2 questions I want you to keep in the back of your head. Number 1, if this man is willing to get people in trouble for using screen capture software and using 1 minute or 2 minutes extra of somebody's video simply because the letter of the law says so, should he also be held to the same standard? Should he be held to the letter of the law? Secondly, do you think somebody that behaves in this way is a person that should have power over others? I want that question to be in the back of your head every time I go through something that he's done. Let's establish who he is. The attorney is Randall Scott Newman. This is his address, 99 Wall Street. RandallNewman.net is his website, and his California State Bar number is 190547, as confirmed on the State Bar California's website, as well as the New York State Bar's website. This is also on his LinkedIn, the same website, RandallNewman.net. When you go to RandallNewman.net, you'll see the DMCA lawyer, and you will see this link to his YouTube channel over here. When you go to the YouTube channel, it has the exact same logo. So this is him. Now let's see how it is he discusses things. Let's see how he engages with people when talking about cases, when in the Discord where all these people that are involved in this are talking. And I will leave a link to that Discord down below. That piece of shit started with me, and he's truly a miserable fuck. So I don't feel bad. I didn't threaten him. I suggested his family would be happier if he killed himself, which is probably true. I'm just stating the obvious. Stop. I don't want to know more. I wasn't wrong. I secretly wish bone cancer on him and his family as well. Here, there's a message that's being quoted, and the message that's being quoted is a message that wasn't screenshot in time, where he's suggesting somebody else kill themselves. Someone says, hey, not okay, man. This can get it's a Discord report. Randall Scott Newman. Everyone will be happier. Just in case you're not sure what he's referring to, one of the things about these people, and I also said that about BWE, is that they tend to believe they'll never get in trouble for anything they do. So even though the message got deleted, he is going to probably say it again. Pardon me, what's the problem? It's gone now. Don't tell people to do that. It's a violation. A violation of what? This is Fight Zone. I didn't threaten him. I offered him a suggestion to end his miserable existence. Unfortunately, I doubt he would take my advice. Yeah, don't do that. The server can get reported for that. Do you have a screenshot of me telling Lauber to kill himself? I may get disbarred. LOL. Let's talk about what could potentially get you disbarred in a moment. What kind of moron thinks you win a lawsuit in 6 months? There's still time loser if you know what I mean. And just in case you don't know what he means, he also posts a meme of somebody hanging themselves. Sounds like a lovely guy. Let's take a look at what the laws are in these particular jurisdictions where he practices. In New York, a lawyer or law firm shall not engage in illegal conduct that adversely reflects on the lawyer's honesty, trustworthiness, or fitness as a lawyer. I would suggest that suggesting people kill themselves is not fit. Encouraging suicide may constitute a criminal offense under New York. Therefore, did he commit a felony? Any person who deliberately aids, advises, or encourages another person to commit suicide is guilty of a felony in the state of California. Aids, advises, or encourages another to commit suicide is guilty of a felony. And he's doing this to people that he's suing. It's sort of where they all talk. Now, again, I could hear people screaming in my comments. What about those 4chan people in your comment section that say Louis drink bleach, they have a picture of bleach in their profile picture? And again, one of the reasons that I'm applying a different standard here that I do in my comment section, the 14-year-old people that show up in the YouTube comment section are harmless. They can't hurt me. They can't sue me. They can't bring legal action against me that will then result in me having to spend tens of thousands of dollars. And above all, they are not holding other people to the same standard. If you want to hold people to the standard of the law, you can only use 20 seconds of a clip, not 30, or it's not fair use. Then you're not allowed to break the law that says you're not allowed to encourage people to fucking kill themselves if you're a lawyer. I think we should hold you to that same standard. I'm going to include all this down below. Next up, contacting somebody who is represented by a lawyer that you know to be represented by a lawyer with a third party. So if you're a lawyer and you are suing somebody, you cannot contact them through some sort of random unrelated third party. I'll read you the rule. In representing a client, a lawyer shall not communicate or cause another to communicate about the subject of the representation with a party the lawyer knows to be represented by another lawyer in the matter, unless the lawyer has had the prior consent of the other lawyer or is authorized to do so. In California, it says in representing a client, a lawyer shall not communicate directly or indirectly about the subject of the representation with a person the lawyer knows to be represented by another lawyer in the matter, unless the lawyer has the consent of the other lawyer. The whole point of this is to prevent some sort of fuckery where you're able to get something that you can use against the person you're suing out of somebody by tricking them into talking without their lawyer. And that is there for a very good reason. Now, if you take a look, this has been broken several times. In this exhibit, there's a gentleman named Peter Coventry who is friends with Frauditor Troll. And he was asking him, can you ask him what he means when he said the 1,700 videos are gone forever? Did he retain the videos and the data? And Peter Coventry says they're gone, just as so clearly in the live stream, really for reasons I can't disclose without violating confidentiality. So he is trying, DMCA lawyer over here, is trying to extract information about the person he's suing from somebody else rather than going to the lawyer. Can you ask him what he means about that? He's not saying, what is your knowledge of this? He's trying to trick this guy into believing that he's talking to his friend, when in reality he's talking to the lawyer that is actively suing him. This is absolutely fucking disgusting. This is the type of behavior that can get you disciplined and disbarred, and for good reason. It's right here in writing that Newman is asking Coventry to secretly ask the complainant whether he had deleted certain videos. Coventry informed the complainant about these communications and provided screenshots at the complainant's request. The complainant here being Frauditor Troll. This rule is one of the most strictly enforced rules in the attorney discipline because it protects the attorney-client relationship. As I wrote in the complaint that I'm going to be sending to both the New York State and California bar and following up on with all the evidence, Rule 4.2 should be one of the most strictly enforced rules in attorney discipline because it protects the attorney-client relationship. Newman's own emails demonstrate that he knew the complainant was represented. Rather than contact opposing counsel, he used a third party to attempt to extract case-related information. This is a textbook Rule 4.2 violation compounded by a Rule 8.4 violation for attempting to circumvent the rules through the acts of another. Next up is solicitation of clients. So you're not supposed to email people as a lawyer and say, hey man, you want me to take on this case for you? That's not the way this is supposed to work. A lawyer shall not engage in solicitation by in-person or telephone contact or by real-time or interactive computer access communication unless the recipient is a close friend, relative, former client, or existing client. In California, the rule is a lawyer shall not by in-person, live telephone, real-time electronic contact solicit professional employment when significant motive for doing so is in the lawyer's pecuniary gain unless the person contacted is a lawyer, has a family, close personal or prior professional relationship with the lawyer. This is a very, very strict one. And let's take a look at some of his posts. This is from the DMCA lawyer. If you think deleting evidence is going to save you, think again. Troll media group went from 858 videos to 64 in just 3 days. No takedown notice, no lawsuit, not even a warning. Yeah, the trolls are scared. And then he starts pinging people with other channels that he would like to file suits on behalf of and says, email me. So he's pinging people on YouTube, which is going to get the notification, and then saying, email me. He says it over here as well. If they're profiting on you, it may be time to hit back. And he is pinging people to solicit their business. These updates bring so much joy to my day. Email me if you want in on the action. And then come the actual direct quotes. By the way, Denver Metro Water, please make my day. I have been trying to get a piece of litigation going with regards to Section 1201. I'm going to use a screen capture software or YouTube DLP, UPS, to play back a section of your video where your lawyer admits on camera to breaking the law. I believe that's fair use when I'm playing a video clip of your lawyer admitting that he's breaking the law. But just in case you think it's not, feel free to sue me. I would love a test case.
This guy here, First Amendment Papa, I've been fucking wanting to get in touch with this motherfucker for like weeks. He's like the biggest, maybe the big. They're using his footage more than anyone's at the moment. I've been trying to get a hold. I sent him a couple messages. He doesn't respond. Dude, you gotta email me, bro.
Okay, so you are sending somebody emails trying to solicit them to be your client. That's illegal. Unlike me using my screen capture software to play back a 40-second portion of your fucking video clip, which is what you're suing people for, what your lawyer does is actually illegal. You fucking piece of shit.
And I have seen some of your work. Once we saw your video, I was like, oh, I know this guy. I remember him. So I think you do great work, man. So keep it up, bro. I like you, man.
I didn't send him an email. I tagged him because I'm not really supposed to send emails.
Yeah.
After business.
Okay, so not only did he break the rule that says that you're not supposed to be soliciting business by direct email, but he admitted that he's done that. He admitted that he knows it's wrong, and that's why he's doing tagging. So A, he's tagging to try and get around the rule, and B, he's already said that he sent messages to people. You've established that you have knowledge of the rule, that you have intention to circumvent it. And again, this is the thing I said about BWE. There are some people where no matter what they do, it's kind of like gangster lying, or it's like where I know that I'm lying, but I want you to know that I know that you know that I know that I'm lying. So I'm going to say the most fucked up shit, knowing that I will never be held accountable for it. This is similar to that, where he's doing shit that is blatantly against the law, blatantly against the rules of the California and New York State bar. He's doing it on live stream. He's saying it, and then he's laughing about it because this type of motherfucker assumes that he's never going to be held accountable. That's what we're here for. Hopefully, after you get reported to the New York and California State Bar by myself and anybody else who may agree that this constitutes illegal conduct, you will be held accountable. I can't stand people like this. I almost prefer people that hide when they're doing some fucked up shit because they actually tend to be less dangerous because they don't have this machismo that I know I'm breaking the law. I know I'm breaking the rules to fuck with people, and I'm going to be public about it because I'm so confident that I will never be held accountable for my behavior. Next, harassment and intimidation of opposing parties in pending litigation. New York RPC Rule 4.4a. Transactions with persons other than clients and respect for rights of third persons. In representing a client, a lawyer shall not use means that have no substantial purpose other than to embarrass, delay, or burden a third person. Burden or embarrass. Keep that in mind. Over here, the commission of any act involving moral turpitude. So let's see how Newman acts. Newman created and published degrading images targeting the complainant and the complainant's wife, who were defendants in Newman's client's lawsuit. After the complainant mentioned in a live stream that his hair was thinning, Newman created an image depicting him as bald. See Exhibit 16. After the complainant described his wife as beautiful during a live stream, Newman created and published an image mocking her physical appearance. And you can see the comment that he left. Savage. This post, by the way, I also still see up on Denver Metro Watch's channel because it's not just enough to make fun of the person that you're suing, you also have to degrade their wife as well. Lovely. Sounds familiar? Isn't my wife beautiful? And you have this depicting her as horribly grotesque. It's just class act here, man. Class act. Encouraging people to make fun of the wife of the person that you are suing. Don't forget to donate. Denver Metro Audits, Liberty Troll, money please, massive lawsuit update, and you have this person that looks homeless with a beard, looking desperate, asking people for money. After the complainant launched a GoFundMe to help pay legal fees, Newman published an image depicting the complainant as a homeless beggar. You have to keep in mind that this case is being litigated on a contingency basis for the plaintiff, meaning that Denver Metro Audits is not paying anything for his lawyer right now, whereas the defendant is paying every single hour, whether it's $400, $1,200 an hour, I don't know. Every single time he calls his lawyer, that's $400 out of his pocket. Newman is making fun of the fact that somebody does not have $40,000 under the couch cushion, and that's the part that I find really disgusting here. You're not just making fun of that person, but you're the reason that they don't have that money because you're the one filing for the suit. You're the one taking the money away from them. How many people here have $1,000 in case of an emergency? How about 40,000? How do you feel about being made fun of because you don't have $40,000 in the case of an emergency? Because that's what he's doing. He has the ability to cost somebody that amount of money by bringing a lawsuit against them to begin with that they're now going to have to hire a lawyer to defend themselves with. 99% of my audience, I'm guessing, cannot afford to litigate a $20,000 to $60,000 case. That is why so many of you in my inbox, when I tell you, do this, do that, here's how I think you should fight back, you go, no, I'm afraid to, I don't have the money to get sued. Point taken. I understand that I'm in a very privileged and lucky place here. That A, I have the money, and B, before I had the money, I was crazy. I just didn't care. Most people are not as crazy as I am. He's making fun of people for not having the money to defend themselves against the financial ruin that he's bringing to them. This is kind of like Mike Tyson punching a 12-year-old in the eye and then laughing that he got a black and blue. It speaks to the character of this individual. Doxing. Newman published the complainant's full residential address on his YouTube channel and personal website without redacting it. Newman then bragged about unmasking the complainant's identity and created an image depicting the complainant as a homeless man hiding in a cardboard box. Now, for all of the comments I've seen saying, look at the people deleting their videos, the person that I've honestly tracking down any screenshots or anything from archive.org for DMCA lawyer has been a lot of work for me because every time he posts this type of stuff, he deletes it so that there's that plausible deniability of I never did it. This doesn't even show up on archive.org. If you look on archive.org, you'll see that there was an update that day, but this video did not get archived in time. So all I have for you here is the screenshot. But as you can see, he is bragging about the fact that he doxed somebody and he posted that to his channel. And Denver Metro Audits is posting, you can run, but you can't hide. See you in the chat. Lovely.
Well, you talk a lot of shit from your mommy's basement. It turns out you're like some fucking loser.
How does that make me a loser?
Well, you make it seem like you're some big fucking stud and you're a fucking loser came in for a new wheelchair. True? True or not?
No, that's not true.
DMCA lawyer. Paul J. Cohen, 2007 T-Bus man hanging out in the basement, eagerly awaiting Dr. Dave Fraud Determination's live stream tonight. Roll on, boys. 2 morons on wheels. Have you heard of Elf on a Shelf? How about Gimp on a Chimp? Maybe your mommy will roll you out of the basement for Christmas. Yeah, he's making fun of people who are disabled. Oh, I didn't even notice until I went to edit the video. He's not just making fun of the guy for being disabled. He's also making fun of him for being Jewish. I forgot to read the end of it. Maybe your mommy will roll you out of the basement for Christmas. I mean Hanukkah with a menorah. What are you fucking? You think you're Carver from South Park? And again, if anybody thinks, oh, that's funny, that's a joke, you can't take a joke. It's not about that. This is the hall monitor. This is the guy who is invoking a law that makes it illegal to rip a DVD. Who is trying to set a precedent about making YouTube downloaders and screen recorders illegal. I'm not saying you should get in trouble because you brought a number 3 pencil to school instead of a number 2. When the person that gets you in trouble because you spent an extra 45 seconds in the bathroom laughing at a joke gets you detention, you bet your ass we're gonna be checking the number of the pencils that person uses. They still use pencils in school. They have scantrons. I show my age. I'm fucking old. I'm a busboy. I love buses, and like it's just wait. You're in a wheelchair. Is that true? Oh my god, that would be epically hilarious if that's true. Please tell me it's true. My favorite Jew. Why is that funny? Why is it funny that someone's in a wheelchair? The evidence shows you are paralyzed because of your own stupidity. Have fun with that, loser. We need to make sure everyone knows that you are a lame gimp sitting in your basement making fun of everyone else. Truly ironic. So Paul Cohen is this loser gimp who sims for Dr. Dave and Gurkha. Turns out he's some broke loser in a wheelchair. I just found this out through some post by the Angry Vet. Rule 8.4, misconduct. This is from New York. Maintaining the integrity of the profession. It is professional misconduct for a lawyer to engage in conduct that the lawyer knows reasonably should know is harassment or discrimination on the basis of race, sex, religion, national origin, ethnicity, disability, age, sexual orientation. Okay. Should reasonably know is harassment based on disability. I think he fucking knows that what he's doing is harassment based on disability. California has a similar law as well. Maintaining the integrity of the profession. Engage in conduct that they reasonably know is harassment. Now, you may think that that's trivial, right? It's also my opinion that using 1 or 2 minutes extra of somebody's video and claiming fair use is totally okay. But we're not talking about opinion here. We're talking about the letter of the law. This man is a hall monitor. He is a professional hall monitor. He makes his money and promotes his business by utilizing laws that allow him to act as a hall monitor. And I've always thought this consistently. If there's anybody in this world that should be held to the standard of every single fucking letter of the law, it is a hall monitor. Especially when that hall monitor laughs and makes a mockery and a fuckery out of everybody, from the people that he's harassing and suing over nonsensical bullshit to people who are genuinely disabled and may not have as much money as he does. In my opinion, this man is a disgrace. I reported him to the New York State and the California bar. And I'm going to include a link down below to a GitHub repository that has my complaint, as well as all the information that you will need if you want to make it better and file your own complaint. Maybe there's information that you have that I don't have. Maybe I got something wrong in my citation. You're welcome to take a look at that, and I hope that you improve it. If you believe that this is improper behavior for a lawyer to take part in, if you believe that this is inappropriate, here's the thing. I am not a tattletale in my normal life. But if you are the hall monitor and you got me in trouble because I spent an extra 8 seconds in the bathroom, and because I brought a number 3 pencil to school instead of a number 2, and now I got to stay extra and get detention because of it, you bet your ass that I'm looking for every single fucking thing that you did that's wrong. If you want to use the law as a hammer to bully people and beat them around as much as you want, then that hammer is also going to be used on you. I want you to think in the audience of every single time the DMCA or Section 1201 has screwed you over. Every single time you went to Spotify Revance page and you saw a takedown notice with the software not available, YouTube Vance becoming Revance, company that makes ink cartridges getting sued because they got around the printer's DRM. Every single time you have heard the DMCA come up in a manner that has made your life shitty, you've had probably a caricature in your head about what the people sound like and what they look like and what they act like that come up with these fucked up laws to take advantage of people. And now you don't have to think about it as a caricature anymore because you heard it, you saw it. This is how they talk, this is how they act, this is how they treat people, and they think they can get away with it, but they don't have to get away with it. You can fight back. You can do the exact same thing that he's doing, except when you do it, it's not going to be malicious. When you do it, it's going to be just. What you can do is you can take all of these laws that he has broken and point it out to the New York State and California bar. If one person submits a complaint, I don't know if it's going to get someplace. But if you believe that this is conduct that is worthy of disciplinary action, and in my opinion it sure as fuck is, you can do something about it. This is not a random person that just made a joke. This is a person that actively wants to fuck with the underpinnings of the internet for fun and for money. And he's going to continue to do it unless somebody gets in his way. I'm here to get in your way. I'm going to continue to get in your way. In Denver Metro Audits, I want you to seriously think about this. As I said at the beginning of the video, First Amendment auditing has a serious place in our society. We need to live in a place where I can show up to a legislative hearing. I met you. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure. I have to go back to the stream and see if it was you. But I think I met you at that town hall where we were talking about flock and everybody was showing up because the mayor of Denver fucked everybody over and decided to renew the contract by making it $1,000 or $1,000 less than the limit for city council to approve it. I was able to record that because of people like you that are First Amendment auditors. I've traveled to places in this country before where I was not allowed to record, where they said I had to have a fucking press pass to be able to record the bullshit that Apple and Samsung lobbyists were lying to politicians, or I wasn't allowed to do it. And the press was never there. CBS was never there. Fox was never there. NBC was never there. People like you and I showed up to record that type of stuff. Citizen journalists, and that's how you create real change. You have the power to be a part of that, or you have the power to associate with this bullshit. Because when you associate with this bullshit, when you associate with people like this and bring that energy into everything you're doing in your life, it discredits the entire concept of First Amendment auditing. Let's be real here. This is fucking Keemstar with a law degree and a pension for travel in Southeast Asia. Never go full Keemstar. People are gonna look at this, you making fun of what somebody's wife looks like and laughing at people that are in a wheelchair and bringing these bullshit lawsuits using laws that are the exact opposite of the spirit of what you're doing, and they're gonna say fuck these people. This is just a bunch of TikTok rage bait content. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't even care about it. And the worst part about that is that you're going to foster a generation of people that laugh at the idea of caring about the rights that there's a good reason to care about. Is this what you want your movement to be associated with? Is this what you want your channel and your personality to be associated with? I've made a lot of mistakes over the course of my life, and I'm gonna make many mistakes into the future. In my opinion, one of the mistakes that you made was ever associating with this man. You have the ability to turn that around, and I want to present you with the opportunity to turn that around. Drop this frivolous lawsuit against this man. Accept the fact that somebody who didn't like you uploaded a video that probably made him fucking 50 cents or $20 in advertising revenue. revenue that's a fraction of what you've ever made in your life, and then he has the right to criticize you. Don't try to utilize a law that fucks with the fundamental underpinnings of technology and the internet that should have never existed in the first place just because you weren't able to push through a fair use right on YouTube. Do you want to be on the right side of history, or do you want to be associated with this bullshit? That's your choice. I'm 100% certain that every single person who's criticizing you right now, if you change track on something like this and you decide to stop associating with these fucking losers, they'll support you and be with you. And I would too. I'll see you in the next video. And Mr. Newman, I'm watching you. You better not come sue me. In fact, maybe you should. Be the last lawsuit you ever make. That's it for today. And as always, hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now. Today I'm going to follow up on the 2 videos I did on Denver Metro audits suing fraud or troll. This video is going to focus
wants to take the lawyer out because he doesn't like the lawsuit. Well, I want the lawsuit because that would make all of my faggot trolls go, see you later, bye-byes. And I can't wait for all my faggot trolls to go, see you later, bye-byes. I can't wait for the day where I can sue my faggot trolls. Ernie Chrysler and Mary Jane Rottencrotch and Lou Stenato for getting me thrown out of my house. Yeah, I actually had to smoke a joint on this one because my head is pounding. I'm about ready to have a fucking stroke because this asshole thinks it's okay for the drama community to steal my shit. So, in conclusion, Louis, you know what I want you to do, Louis? Google the name Justin Emo... No, not Google. Go on YouTube and Google the name Justin Emo Hollingwolf. And see how many faggot trolls have taken my videos. Then I want you to fucking Google Justin Emo Hollingwolf and then click on channels. And see how many fucking faggot trolls have cloned my accounts. Yeah. I got this cocksucker by the name of Hum Along If You Can't Sing Along that takes every one of my videos, full length, puts it on his channel, unedited, uncut. He's monetized. I'm not. He's making money off of my videos, Louis. And you're okay with this? I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with this at all. And then, you know what the faggot trolls do, Louis? You want to know the other thing the faggot trolls do? They'll mass flag one of my videos. Get it removed from my fucking channel. But they'll take the same motherfucking video and put it on their fucking channel, and Google doesn't take it off of their channel. That's where Google lacks moral turpitude. Because if they're going to take the video off of my channel, they should have an identifier so when the video gets uploaded to somebody else's channel, they get a strike too. Why should my faggot trolls take down my content and then put it up on their channel and make fucking money? You're a piece of trash, Louis. You're a piece of fucking trash. And I lost all respect for you. Like I said, I got a couple of hard drives that need to have data recovery done. But I'll smash the motherfuckers before I send them to you. You worthless fucking piece of shit. This guy, you know what should happen to people like you, Louis? You should be JFK'd. You should be RFK'd. And you should be Charlie Kirk, motherfucker. That's what you should be. You should be Charlie Kirk. And I said it that way so it wouldn't come off as a threat. You're a low-life scumbag, Louis. And I wish I could knock that fucking look right off his fucking face. I wish I could punch that fucking look off of his fucking face. Worthless fucking piece of shit. Worthless fucking piece of shit. That's what you are, Louis. You're gonna sue me now because I took the fucking video, asshole? Come on, bring it! I ain't gonna lie and say that I live in an abandoned warehouse like she with a four-eyed pedophile fucking faggot did. I'll give you my real docs. Come on. Come on, Louis. Come on. You want to play, you little bitch? We'll play, faggot. Because we need Denver Metro audits to lose. Because then that will wipe out the whole trolling committee. That's what it would do. Wipe out the whole trolling committee. I'm on your side, Denver Metro audits. I'm not on this fucking piece of shit Louis's side. Louis, you're fucking scumbag. Is it sinking in? You're a fucking scumbag. You want to sue me, motherfucker? Bring it! I dare you! Come on, Louis, you want to take me on, faggot? Let's go. Let's go, you worthless fucking faggot. So he wants to end the career of a lawyer he don't like because of what they're doing. Worthless behavior. Worthless behavior. And that's why this video is going to get put up on every fucking streaming platform that I have access up, because I know it's already going to be mass flagged off of YouTube. I already know the cocksuckers are working on it now. Because they can't handle this. I'm going to enjoy suing Andrew Braid. I'm going to enjoy suing Ernie Chrysler. I'm going to fucking enjoy suing the whole entire goddamn cocksucking motherfucking son of a bitch and cunt hallelujah drama community. Yeah, and I'm gonna fucking enjoy it. I'm gonna fucking enjoy every minute of it. And maybe Bob will be able to get his property back that the trolls stole from him. Yeah, because Ernie Chrysler and Todd Malacote had to buy Von Helton's property. Yeah. Didn't you faggots do that? Worthless Todd, the faggot Malacote, and Ernie, the faggot Chrysler? Like I said, when I came on YouTube, Louis, I wasn't this nasty. Like I said, when I came on YouTube, I was a decent, respectable guy. I would have gave, if I had something and somebody needed it, I would have gave the shirt off my back, as they say. When I was monetized, I used to take part of my monetization money and I used to join memberships on other channels and pay it forward being monetized. That all went away when the trolls got me demonetized. I went from being the Happy Scrooge at the end of fucking A Christmas Carol to the one before the Three Ghosts. I'm the evil Ebenezer Scrooge now. I'm the vindictive Ebenezer Scrooge now. I'm the unhinged Ebenezer Scrooge now. Yeah. And some of my trolls call me bitter. Yeah, I'm very bitter. like Ebenezer Scrooge was before the 3 goes. Because like I said, when I came on YouTube, I was, buy that turkey in the window, feed the poor, do this, do that, do this. And the trolls took advantage of my happy-go-lucky attitude. My life story is a Christmas carol in fucking reverse. And you know what? And you want to know something, Louis? You want to know something? Because YouTube caters to my faggot trolls and makes me demonetized. Guess what, motherfucker? You're not even getting paid for the views on this video that I just watched. I just watched 3 of your videos. Guess how much money you made off of me watching your 3 videos? Nothing. Because Google wanted to fuck me. So now I'm fucking Google. Yeah. I hope Google goes fucking bankrupt. Yeah. I wouldn't give a fuck if the Google went down like the motherfucking Titanic. Because they allowed these worthless fucking faggots to do this to me. And they didn't care. And why was it being done? Ableism. That's why it was being done. Ableism. At its finest. Because I was born a handicapped individual. And the trolls use it to exploit it. For the lulz in their fucking game. And then they say, oh, we didn't want to expose Emo, but his bad behavior made us expose him. And being a mental faggot retard that has this behavior, something I can't control of, because God Almighty, the fucking cunt who stands on high, who gave me this fucking shit, I blame God for it. But I didn't ask to be put in a Ku Klux Klan uniform. I didn't ask to have my videos struck down, but the same video is playing on other people's channel, uncut, unedited. Yeah, they get my videos taken down, but these faggot trolls put it on their channel, and they get to keep their copy of it. No, that's not right, Louis. That's not fucking right. And then when I tried to take one of the videos down, one of the faggots gives me a fake warehouse address in fucking Massachusetts. Really? Really, piece of shit? And you know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off? Is I supported the First Amendment community. I supported the First Amendment community. But did the First Amendment community support my freedom of speech? No, not one of the motherfuckers in the auditing community supported my freedom of speech. They all turned on me. And then they went around with their cloned fake accounts and said things that I never said to make me look like an asshole. So that turned people against me even more, Louis. Yeah. Come on, there should be still a little bit left. There it is. Oh, that was good. I needed that. I have to get hot and bothered on this video. So I hope Denver Metro Audits wins, because if Denver Metro Audits loses, I'm coming after my trolls. And the lawsuits are going to become See, because I'll sue one guy first. I'll go after who I think is the biggest offender. And then when I sue them and I get the money from that one, then I'll take that money and put it right back in the legal system. And sue the next one. And put it right back in the legal system and sue the next one. Because I won't do it for monetary gain. Yeah, I'll do it for court fees to sue and sue and sue and sue and sue and create the chain reaction of lawsuit after lawsuit. And then when I get done suing the last guy, whatever the last one is, I'll give all the money to charity. I'm not going to sue these people to make money. It's about the principle about how these faggots are stealing my shit. And they think they can get away with it. All right, let me see if I can find this now. All right, so we're going to comment on this. This is the last video. And I want to say the last video that I'm going to show you, I'm 100% in agreement with what this guy says in this next video. 100%. And then it will be the last video of the day. Why is that upside down? Oh, but no, it's not upside down. That's right, because he's using a mirror. Alright, so we're going to play this last video and then we're going to get the fuck out of here, because I meant what I said.
Alright, Engineer X, what is up, my brother? How are you, sir? How's it going? How's it hanging? How's it swinging? How's it flapping? I hope everything is well for you today. I am at an undisclosed location today. And yeah, Tyrant Auditor, what's up? How you guys doing? Hit the thumbs up if you'd be so kind. Review the message. A-hole. Yo. Why is it? Why would it hide that? It says yo, brah. Show. All right. A-hole, okay. Message retracted. Okay, Joe the Ho retracted his message. Wait for a few more people to get in here. We'll get it cracking, get it started.
Into this video, I kind of misspoke. I started talking about it, and then I fucking went off on a tangent. But I'm gonna talk to Louis about this again, Louis, because of what YouTube has done to me, and I don't care if Google crashes and burns. I like to see YouTube go out of fucking business. Yeah. That's what I like to see. Because of what they did to me. Unjustly did to me by allowing these imbeciles to fuck me over. So I'm fucking Google over at every twist and turn. So let me put Louis on while I'm talking about this. So the thing of it is, Louis, because Google, my faggot trolls got me demonetized, and think it's funny that they got me demonetized. Yeah, I make sure that Google doesn't make any money off of my viewership, or anybody else make money off of my viewership. Because if you notice, do you know what browser I'm using? I'm using Brave browser. I'm using Brave motherfucking browser. And what else am I using Brave fucking browser with? AdBlock Plus, motherfucker. And did you notice, Louis, that not one fucking ad showed up on your 3 videos? Because if I'm not getting paid on YouTube, Louis, you're not getting paid, cocksucker. So you want to talk about using programs and code and all this shit to circumvent shit that YouTube does? You're damn right. I am going to, from now on, because they decided to demonetize me on YouTube, I am going to make sure that I always watch a video with Brave Browser and AdBlock Plus. Because I never see an ad. Did you see an ad show up on any of your videos? This John Felix video that we're about to see. You're not going to see any ad on John's videos either. Because I got him blocked, motherfucker. Because YouTube wanted to fuck me. So I'm going to do every fucking penny that I can stop going to their fucking pocketbook to make Google a little bit more closer to going down. Yeah, I want Google to become the next MySpace. I want YouTube to become the next MySpace because of what these faggot trolls did to me. That's what I want. I want all of these faggot trolls extinguished from YouTube. And if YouTube won't extinguish them from YouTube, then I hope the whole fucking platform and the whole fucking company goes bankrupt. That's what I fucking hope. So, Louis, you didn't make one goddamn dime on me watching your videos today. One goddamn dime, cocksucker. How do you like me now?
Talk about the paperclip guy I've seen for the first time today. John, do you know what happened to James Freeman? I do not, man. I've called him both phone numbers I have, and I wasn't able to get through to him. I have no idea. Either he's on the run, Gavin Syme style. He got a couple copyright strikes. He had a.
And let's talk about a couple other tools. Let's talk about. He wants to talk about coding and other tools that you. When Google changes the code and then a workaround changes the code. That's another thing that Louis got into. Okay, so let's go over here, shall we? Let's go to my extensions. You see this extension? This stops a YouTube video from automatically playing. BlockTube blocks certain elements on YouTube. Yeah, because I got tired of seeing Epstein everywhere. So I put a filter in there. So every time somebody puts a video in there about Epstein, and that's in the title, BlockTube makes it where I can't see it. Okay? All right, let's go down here a little bit. Go to channel. This is an extension that lets me see everybody's fucking channel. The go to channel button that YouTube removed from YouTube, I still have it. And then I got 2 playback speed controllers right here. Why? Because YouTube recently removed their fucking playback speed control. So you can't fast forward a video. You can't play it at a higher speed. Well, I had to get 2 extensions to get it back. So that's why if you look here at John Felix's chat, notice how all the usernames are in purple. I can click on those usernames and go right to their fucking channel. And I'm not a mod. And John Felix's channel either. Because see, if I was a mod, I would have, and I clicked on the 3 dots of somebody, I would have timeout and remove from channel if I was a mod on John Felix's account. But let's see that. Let's see this right here.
You can only guess, man.
So if I click on this, oh, look at that. Took me right to Tyrant onto this page. That's a guy in John Felix's chat right now. I still have a go to channel button. All right, let's see this. This is Jack the H, because I don't want to say his whole name. Let's click on Jack now. I mean Joe. There you go. There's Joe's channel. So I have workarounds because of Google's stupidity. So and like I said, I can click on anybody. Here is here's a guy with the last name of X. I can click on that, and brings me right here to his fucking channel. Right there. So YouTube done it with slick by removing the fucking go to channel button. But guess what, motherfucker? Here's a guy that goes by PayPal me back. PayPal me back. I can click on this channel right there and go right to PayPal me back. There's PayPal me back's channel. So yeah, Louis is right. There are programs that circumvent YouTube's bullshit.
I need to catch up on cast. Double tap the screen, everybody. What does that do? What up, big head? I ain't putting on.
Yeah, here's my speed control right here.
I'm not at home, so.
What's this?
My head's big enough, honestly. I don't even
This
need
is
that.
John
So,
Felix at normal.
Who the F is the paperclip guy? Have you heard of? What? Oh, jeez. Have you heard back on the job? I have heard back on the job, but I can't say.
Now I can make John Felix really slow, or I can speed him up. Watch.
Brazoria County scanner that is John Gray. He absolutely made my day when he.
And this is a feature YouTube removes, speed controls. But let's get into the point of the video, shall we? Let's get into the point of this video.
And Palooza. Yeah, paperclip guy is a freedom fighter, yes, but this time he is defending the scum of the earth. That's really what he's doing. He's defending scum of the earth. He's decided.
Yes, he is. He's defending the scum of the earth. That's what Louis is doing. He's defending scum of the earth. You got that right, John. Let's get into it.
Corporation, that's great. But this one he's got wrong, and he has a half right. I should put it that way. He's got a half right. He's claiming that what Fraud Control does is free speech. What Fraud Control does is take somebody's entire video, So the thing is, the people who hate us, they want to watch our videos. It's called hate watching. If you remember the Howard Stern, the radio show host, when he made a movie, in the movie he said, the CBS director from the station said, how many people are listening to Howard Stern and why? And he said, well, people who like him like to watch him for 1 or 2, listen to him for 1 or 2 hours. And he goes, okay, what about the people who hate him? He goes, the people who hate him listen to him for 3, 4, 5 hours or his whole show. So a lot of our views come from haters. They want to watch our videos. They want to hate watch us. So when someone like Fraud Control takes our whole video, they get to watch our video that they really want to watch, even though they're saying they don't want to watch it. They get to watch our whole video. He gets all the credit for it, and all he does is say a few slanderous lies on top of the video, and then he monetizes it. And Louis, this Rossmann guy, the paperclip guy, is trying to say, I don't hate you, I just dislike you. Okay, cool. I can't read the comments right now. So he takes the entire video, and then all the people who hate watch us go to his channel instead, hate watch us on his channel, and they're happy to hate watch us on his channel because he makes all the money from it. And Louis Rossmann's trying to say that it's free speech. It's not free speech to take somebody's whole video and then lie and slander the guy the whole thing while broadcasting the whole thing from start to finish. And he did it with thousands of videos, and that's why when it lost.
But his whole video. All right, let's get into this one, shall we? Let's get into this one. To take somebody's whole video, let's get into that part right there. To take somebody's whole video, did he really just say that? Okay, so John Felix just went there and said that. So let's type in HUMALONG. If you can, sing along. Now let's go to this worthless trash, this piece of paper. this worthless trash's account, huh? Let's go to this worthless piece of shit's page, okay? And now let's go to this one, because this is the one we want to go to. Now let's go to this. There's a cartoon image of me. A cartoon image of me. For the banner, he's got my fucking wolves at the top. And the whole motherfucking page is nothing but emo videos. Now this fucking faggot has got my videos struck down. But the same copy that I got struck down for is on this imbecile's channel. Word for word. Unedited. Uncut. He's getting paid for my fucking videos. I'm not getting paid for my fucking videos. I have an extremely big problem with that. An extremely big problem with that. Because this whole channel, see, every one of my videos is there. See, look how... Now, to me, it would be fair use if this motherfucker only did have 1 or 2 videos about me. But no, the whole motherfucking channel is about me. You see this? Word for word, video after video after video after video after video after video after video. This is why I want Florida to troll the win. Excuse me. This is why I want Denver Metro Audits to win. I want Florida to troll to go fuck himself. Again, I want Denver Metro Audits to win, and Louis and Florida Troll can go fuck themselves. But look at this. Video after video after video after video after video after video of me, Louis. And I'm supposed to be okay with this? I'm supposed to be okay with that, right? I'm supposed to just let it slide. Right? I'm supposed to be okay with that. I'm supposed to be okay with David Johnson putting me in a Ku Klux Klan uniform. I'm supposed to be okay with that. When David Johnson knows goddamn well they don't like gays in the Ku Klux Klan. Moron. But this whole channel is dedicated to me. This whole fucking channel is dedicated to me, and I'm supposed to be okay with this. And it's not just this maggot. It's fucking Mashal Report. It's Golden Eyes, the cunt. Gotta make sure you say it 6 times, because she loves it when I call her 6 times a cunt. Now back to John after I just made my point.
He takes the entire video, and then all the people who hate watch us go to his channel instead, hate watch us on his channel, and they're happy to hate watch us on his channel because he makes all the money from it. And Louis Rossmann trying to say that it's free.
Yeah. Notice how he says he makes all the money from it, while Emo gets fucked. I don't even have my own home right now, because the trolls decided to take it upon themselves to get me thrown out of 74 Kimball Avenue. Yeah, that's right, Louis. You didn't know that either. One of my faggot trolls by the name of Salty Rant thought it would be a good idea to get me evicted out of 74 Kimball Avenue. Because he couldn't just keep it online. The motherfucker had to go real life. That's the other scumbag thing the trolls do. They'll go real live and get a locale fired from his job. They'll dox a locale. Right? But when I ask any of my faggot trolls, what's your address? They're all fucking cowards. None of them will tell me where they work. None of them will tell me where they live. But they think it's alright to fuck where I was living, though. They thought it was okay. They thought it was cool.
Speech. It's not free speech to take somebody's whole video and then lie and slander about the whole thing. Well,
damn right, John. It's not fair to take somebody's whole video. And you know what pisses me off, John? All the people in the auditing community took the side of my trolls. There's not one First Amendment auditor that fucking supports me. Not one fucking motherfucking cock-sucking mother son of a bitching cunt auditor that supports my freedom of speech to be on YouTube. They all sided with my faggot trolls, and they all turned their back on me.
I don't hate you, I just dislike you. Okay. They get to watch our video that they really want to watch, even though they're saying they don't want to watch it. They get to watch our whole video. He gets all the credit for it, and all he does is say a few slanderous lies on top of the video. And then he monetizes it. And Louis, this Rossmann guy.
Or John, they'll get your video struck down from YouTube, and they'll put a copy of your video on YouTube, John. And then you can't copyright dispute them because your videos has been removed, so you don't have to prove that you put up your video first. Because they mass flag your shit. They take your shit down, John. So you can't flag their shit, and then they run off to the bank with your shit, John. Yeah, that's what these motherfuckers have done to me multiple times. I find it funny that they'll flag my videos. They'll get them age restricted. But then they'll go over to Kino's channel, and the same video will be playing swear word after word, swear word after swear word, and his channel ain't age restricted, but only mine, that was mass flagged, gets age restricted, right? Only mine gets fucking age restricted, right?
Listen to him for 3, 4, 5 hours, or his whole show. He's claiming that what Frauditor Troll does is free speech. What Frauditor Troll does is take...
No, Frauditor Troll is a maggot with an F. That's what Frauditor Troll is. He's a maggot. An F-got.
Somebody's entire video. You know, so the thing is that people who hate us, they want to watch our videos. It's called hate watching. If you remember Howard Stern, the radio show host, when he made a movie, in the movie they said, the CBS director from the station said, how many people are listening to Howard Stern and why? And he said, well, people who like him like to watch him for 1 or 2, listen to him for 1 or 2 hours. And he goes, okay, what about the people who hate him? He goes, the people who hate him listen to him for 3, 4, 5 hours, or his whole show. So a lot of our views come from haters. They want to watch our videos. They want to hate watch us. So when someone like Frauditor Troll takes our whole video, they get to watch.
Yeah, but if they want to hate watch us, I would have had no problem with that. If they want to hate watch us and take my videos on their channel and be monetized, I would have had no problem with that if they would have left my monetization alone. What I have a problem with is they're getting paid and I'm not. I have a big extreme problem with that. A big extreme problem. You know, if these trolls would have just left my monetization alone, maybe I wouldn't have cared if they took a little piece of the pie too. But I'm getting fucked out of my fucking piece of the pie, John. I'm getting fucked.
our video that they really want to watch, even though they're saying they don't want to watch it. They get to watch our whole video. He gets all the credit for it, and all he does is say a few slanderous lies on top of the video. And then he monetizes it. And Louis, this Rossmann guy, the paperclip guy, is trying to say, I don't hate you, I just dislike you. Okay, cool. I can't read the comments right now. So he takes the entire video, and then all the people who would hate watch us go to his channel instead, hate watch us on his channel, and they're happy to hate watch us on his channel because he makes all the money from it. And Louis Rossmann is trying to say that it's free speech. It's not free speech to take somebody's whole video and then lie and slander the guy the whole thing while broadcasting the whole thing from start to finish. And he did it with thousands of videos, and that's why when the lawsuit dropped, he deleted 1,800 videos. Remember, this is a guy who's committed fraud against his own subscribers, and they're still stupid enough to keep watching him. He told them he was from Rochester, New York. He told them he was an American. He told them his name was Josh. He told him he doesn't show his face. He filed privacy complaints against my channel because I exposed who he really is. Jonathan Hudon Hunolt and Orinthi Holyfield. I don't know her real name. Orinthi Holyfield. Let's just call her that. Oh, look at my rabbits. Look at my size 13 double D wide polo shoes. Look at my rental house because our dad's a realtor in Canada. So he's committed fraud against his subscribers. He steals the whole video from other content creators. It's the equivalent of a guy going into a movie theater with a camcorder like they did in the 80s, record the whole video from the whole movie from the front row, make a bunch of VHS copies and sell them to their friend at work. This is what guys who stole videos in the 80s and 90s used to do.
And that's what Keno is guilty of. That's what Paggity Andy is guilty of. That's what Ernie Chrysler is guilty of. Shiva, that's what Shiva is guilty of. Kate and Masshole Report, that's what they're guilty of. We the People Faggot Wars, that's what they're guilty of. Let's continue, shall we?
And then CDs, when LimeWire and all that stuff came out, first we'd buy double tape deck and we'd record off the radio. And then when the dual tape deck came, we'd record from one tape to another. We'd buy blank tapes. That's called piracy. It's called stealing intellectual property. And just because you talk in the beginning and the end doesn't make it fair use. Fair use is where you literally are transforming the video. When I do a video,
yep, that's why all the Gary Snowflake videos were deft. All the Tatted Aviators videos were deft. All of the Drama Dome videos are theft. All the videos Masshole Report made about me are deft. Are fucking stealing. Theft. All the videos that Degeneration Nation made about me, that's all theft. All the videos that Four Assholes of False Perspective made against me, they're all guilty of that. Billy the Fridge, that fat ass, yeah, boy, and Ben, they're all guilty of that. And let's not forget Dragonaut. Known as Blank Man. Okay? Let's not forget him.
LimeWire and all that stuff came out. First we buy shoes. Look at my rental house because our dad's a realtor in Canada. So he's committed fraud against his subscribers. He steals the whole video from other content creators. It's the equivalent of a guy going into a movie theater with a camcorder like they did in the 80s, record the whole video from the whole movie from the front row, make a bunch of VHS copies and sell them to their friend at work. This is what guys who stole videos in the 80s and 90s used to do, and CDs when LimeWire and all that stuff came out. First, we'd buy double tape deck, and we'd record off the radio. And then when the dual tape deck came, we'd record from one tape to another. We'd buy blank tapes. That's called piracy. It's called stealing intellectual property. And just because you talk in the beginning and the end doesn't make it fair use. Fair use is where you literally are transforming the video. When I do a video, I transform it so much. People are like, dude, I can't watch the video because you won't shut up. I've transformed it so much that people can't even watch the original video because I'm too busy transforming the video and making it unwatchable for some people. And then the other half of the audience likes that I transform it that way, and they want to hear what I have to say. I actually transform the videos I cover. I don't just go, hey, I hate Denver Metro Audis. Now watch this whole video, and at the end go, see, I told you. That's basically what Fraud or Troll does. It's the equivalent of a guy going to the movie theater, recording the whole movie on a camcorder, making copies, and then selling them to his friends and undercutting the people who spent millions of dollars creating the movie, employed lots of people who depend on that movie's gross product. It's complete theft. And the angle that Rossmann's going is that I think Randy's trying to say that it's against YouTube policy to use like a YouTube stripper software. And he's saying you could do 3 to 5 years. I disagree with that. That's fine. But this beef didn't start because of a YouTube ripping software. It started because Fraud or Troll literally steals other people's intellectual property and does not do transformative videos. He steals it because he knows people want to watch our videos. They want to hate watch us. And the hate watchers watch more than the people who like us. Because people like us, and then they have a life. People who hate watch us are obsessed, and they can't stop watching us. People hate watch us. My video that got 20 million views, 10 million of those people hate me, and 10 million of them love me. So imagine he takes my whole video, and all the 10 million views I would have got on that video go to Fraud or Troll instead. That's thievery. Okay? Rossmann, you're
That's thievery, and all the ad revenue that I could have made goes to the channel who stole my shit. All the watch time viewers go to the channel who stole my fucking shit. Yeah, that's what happens. Yep. All right, let's continue.
defending scum of the earth. You're defending a people who's committing fraud against his own audience, and they still watch him, which is insane. He deleted 1,800 videos. Why? Because it's free speech. It's not free speech, bro. If it was free speech, it would be DMA did this in this part of the video. I disagree with it. Not play the whole video and make 2 comments, lie, slanderous comments in between. So even though Rossmann's good with the other stuff, the AI, the repair, the right to repair, and all that good stuff, he's got it wrong here.
You know what they're doing now? You know what the trolls are doing now? They're DDoSing me. That's what they're doing. They're DDoSing now. You know what the trolls are doing now? They're
defending a people who's committing fraud against his own audience, and they still watch him, which is insane. He deleted 1,800 videos. Why? Because it's free speech. It's not free speech, bro. If it was free speech, it would be DMA did this in this part of the video. I disagree with it. Not play the whole video and make 2 comments, lie, slanderous comments in between. So even though Rossmann's good with the other stuff, the AI, the repair, the right to repair, and all that good stuff, he's got it wrong here. And this needs to go to court, and we need to figure out what the punishment should be. And as a matter of fact, YouTube needs to be taken to court because they use the algorithm to make it an uneven playing field. If this was an even playing field, I'd have 2 million subscribers by now. Because
YouTube caters to the trolls. They cater to the trolls. They allowed Shiva to use a fake address on a counter copyright claim, so I couldn't take him to court. And instead of YouTube banning Shiva for that, they rewarded him. They allowed him to keep my video that he stole from me up on his channel. And it says when you fill out that paperwork on YouTube, you must not lie on this form. Because if you lie on this form, you can't.